So the Atlanta police officer, Garrett Rolfe, has just been charged with the murder of Rayshard Brooks. And this just sets an absolutely awful precedent to law enforcement officers all over the country that they cannot protect themselves. What are you supposed to do? What kind of message are you sending to law enforcement when you charge an officer with murder after he was punched in the face and the suspect attempted to tase him? At what point are you allowed to use lethal force? What should the law be? Should the officer have to lose a pint of blood? Should that be the law, that he should have to lose a pint of blood before he can use lethal force? I mean, I don't even know what else Rayshard Brooks could have done to try to provoke the officers into shooting him. It seems like he tried to do everything from grappling with the cops on the ground and then standing up, punching the cop on the face, taking his taser. I mean, he would have taken whatever he could. He could have reached for the firearm. I'm sure he would have taken that. He was just going to take whatever he could get. So he takes the taser, and the officer still doesn't shoot him. When they're on the ground, I think the officer had every right to shoot Rayshard Brooks as soon as he reached for that taser. But the officer showed a lot of restraint, still did not shoot Rayshard Brooks. And then Rayshard Brooks is running off with the officer's taser. The officer is chasing him. Rayshard Brooks turns around, attempts to tase the officer. At that point, the officer pulls out his gun and shoots Rayshard Brooks. Showed a lot of restraint. So what message are you sending to criminals everywhere? That you can resist arrest, that you can fight with the police, that you can take their weapons, and they're not allowed to fight back and defend themselves? The only way that this could possibly get worse is if they announce that the jury is going to be the Black Lives Matter protesters. And in that case, the officer would surely be convicted of murder, and this would set a horrible precedent, and it would put cops in a position where it's a lose-lose. Either they get attacked and they just let the criminal kill them, or they fight back and then they are charged with murder. So how the hell are you supposed to police when you can't use lethal force against someone that is trying to kill you? What are you supposed to do? And at that point, I would expect every police officer in the country to go on strike. The only people that are going to be able to have any safety in this country at that point are the people that have lots of guns or can afford private security. So that's why this case is so important, and I am hoping that these charges get dropped, because if not, it's going to have absolutely catastrophic consequences for this country.